And one, two, three, ladies and gentlemen, it's fucking late night ramble at fucking 2 a.m. Holy shit. I think this is the latest late night ramble. I started in my time. Guys, today, as usual, my co host RPG say hi.
Yo, I'll be right back. Saying no.
What are you? Okay, that's funny. Um, yeah, today, boys, it's the continue of the late of the last stream where we did not finish because like RPG was in a rush to do. He has stuff to do, and I was like, very tired. So today's continue of the last stream. Okay, let's get started. Basically, quick reminding. Basically, what happened last time? We watched basically Jack Daniels' apology videos, if you can say so. Like basically, his explanation videos. Like basically, like his wait, how you call it? Quick notes. What happened with him? Basically, the guy was in prison, right? And the lawyer of him published a video where he's basically justifying himself of why he is innocent. Let me put this video down. Uh, Dude, I'm about to fucking shit.
Yeah.
Dude, I feel like I'm gonna put some diarrhea or something. I don't know. I'm not even joking right now. Hold up. Holy shit, I found this video. Okay, I need to go basically for 5 minutes in the toilet because I'm gonna be about to shit my fucking pants and everything around myself.
Yo, just bring us with you, bro.
Huh?
Bring us with you.
I'm gonna. Bro, I'm about to fucking shit.
Turn
Hold
on the
up. I'll
camera
be right
and
back.
set down the sink.
Holy shit. Dude, I just exploded the shit of this toilet. Holy shit. What the fuck? Yo, I'm back. Hello? Hello?
About fucking time, dude.
Yeah, it's fucking time. Time is ticking. Hold up.
Holy shit.
Bam. Hold up.
Hold up.
Yeah, yeah, bam, 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 bam. Hold up, bam. What the fuck? Bam, bam. The title is the same. Or hold up, or did he change it? If you're reading this, I'm in prison. Hold on, did he change his title? Yo, did he change his title?
Who?
Jack Damo, look. If you're reading this, I'm in prison.
Holy shit.
Remember, like, it's been like something else before, right?
No.
Never mind. I just played it. Like I don't like just for like reminding, like we watched only like 2 minutes since we got like last time very big issues on the RPGs end. So yeah,
On
let's
my
like.
end.
Well, you remember like these Google accounts trouble you had, right?
Bro, you kept taking shits.
Right, I took a shit like
Like,
5
right into
minutes,
the
but the last
bathroom,
time
bro.
it's ran like for 3 hours. Like you're
Bro,
really
this
sure,
is
right?
like the fucking 6th time today, bro.
6th time? What are you talking about?
6th time you took a shit.
Bro, it's 6-7. Alright. Never mind. Let's just play it.
My name's Jack. I'm a content creator, or I used to be, until I had my life torn apart by a false accusation. Since this situation went public, I've received death threats. I've been banned from establishments. All of my YouTube channels have been taken down. I've lost.
How the fuck you could ban from establishments? Like, bro, I mean, this is your fault. You got banned. Like, how the fuck you can't even get banned from establishments? Any thoughts? What do you think?
I think that you get banned from establishments all the time.
That's crazy. Listen, if I would be banned, I would just like reconsider my behavior, because like how the fuck you can act that certain way so you could get banned from all establishments? Like, holy shit. Like the problem is clearly yourself, like not somebody else. But I mean, yeah, let's keep watching.
Friends,
Wait.
I've lost work opportunities,
What?
I forgot. Go.
Okay.
pretty much everything. I'm innocent. That's all I got to say, really. Everybody knows I'm innocent. I did not want to have to make this video, but I've been silent on this issue for as long as possible, and enough is enough. My appeal was this month, and I'm waiting on the decision, so I still have to be extremely careful about what I say. My goal with this video is to share what happened in a non-biased way as I possibly can. I'm going to try my best not to be emotional and just be completely neutral here and share objective.
Yo, how about this? Like, this video lasts like 15 minutes. I'm gonna like make this video like like about like 30 minutes. If you're gonna like if you're gonna like consider this boring, like I would just like faster this video if you don't mind. Like on this like hit mark, like if it's gonna be really boring, like on your end, like if you're gonna feel it's boring, or on my end if I'm gonna feel it's boring. Just saying. Are you fine with that?
Sure.
Facts and evidence to show my innocence. The timelines of the encounter, inconsistencies in the evidence and testimony, and that there are enough inconsistencies to make you go read the full testimony yourself. Legally, I'm not allowed to say as much as I would like to, but I'm going to do my best to share what I can. Before anything else, I do want to say this. I believe survivors of sexual assault and false accusations of sexual assault deserve to be taken seriously and treated with compassion. I've been through both. Nothing I'm about to say is meant to minimize real harm. That being said, let's get into it. In February 2021, I was falsely accused and charged with sexual assault from a consensual encounter between myself and a woman in August 2020.
Falsely accused is pretty bold to say, don't you find this? because I watched like the video which we're gonna like watching after, which is Alex PWF, which he released his own video about the situation. And he showed like pretty interesting the sides of the documents which Jack has provided, right? And there's basically explicit part where he's basically taking his phone out and started filming her this chick who's making BJ on him, and she was not really pleasure with this one, let's say so, right? That he took out his own phone. So falsely accused. I mean, look, as far as I've heard the last time, like laws in Canada, like I took very seriously. Like you clearly violated some law, my friend. Like no shit. Like, oh, I'm an innocent. No, dude, you're not really innocent. Like, stop claiming this. Like, this is some bullshit.
20. I'll refer to her as
Like, if you're violating a law, you're violating a law. You're like you're not an innocent. Like, this is opposite.
the accuser. My legal team and I spent several years going back and forth to get records and evidence to help my case, and we finally went to trial in 2024, and the judge wrongfully convicted me. I say wrongfully as I have always maintained my innocence, and I will explain why in a bit. Based on how things go with my appeal, there are two options. Either the appellate court will order me a new trial, or I'll have to spend 3 years in jail for something I didn't do, and my life is essentially over. And in the meantime, there's been
What are you, bro? What? Wait, how does it even work? Like, this guy literally filmed her without her consent, okay? And she literally pointed this out. Like, it doesn't matter, like, if it's manipulated or not. Like, she did not consider it, okay? Like, she did not give consent to it, and she make you clear. But instead, like, you decided, let's do this otherwise. Like, how does it work? I don't understand. Like, do you understand?
Yeah.
Like no, but let's think logically, okay? Like, I don't try to be dick like to him, Jax, like, right? Like, I'm gonna try to be neutral as possible here. This guy, as the document says, started filming her without her consent. She requested him 2 or 3 times, stop filming her.
Stop filming me.
This guy rejected, says no, it will be like looking fine, don't worry, yada yada. And he kept filming her, okay? And of course, like, she, for some reason, like, she was beating into him, okay? Like, she was like fine, and after that, like, he put the camera down and they started getting laid, okay? The problem is you literally, like, bro, like, this guy filmed it, okay? Like, this guy filmed meanwhile she took a BJ, and for some reason, I don't know, she felt some sort of how you say this, guilt or something, if I can say so. Basically, she felt that she would be probably exposed, therefore she went to the police. And police identified this as a, like, basically some act of rape. Because in Canada, this count like as an act of rape if you procedure this type of shit. Like, I don't know, dude, like, you literally, like, you did not stop filming her when she requested this. Like, this is clearly your fault. Like, I don't know how you can justify this. Like, this is dumb. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I guess.
What do you guess?
I guess it's dumb.
Yeah. No, but think this way, right? Like, she asked you to stop filming her. What would you do in this case?
I'd zoom
Like,
in.
you would stop filming, right?
No, I'd zoom in with the camera and whip down her pants.
But you still would filming her, right? What if? But would you deal with consequences?
No.
Right, because you live in Florida, but this guy lives in Canada. Like, there's, like, way stricter laws, especially filming somebody. Like, if you would do this type of shit, right, like in Canada, you will probably deal with, like, what Jack's deal with this right now, okay? Maybe there's would be some articles you put on, like let's say if you would violate it while acting on her, you know.
Yeah, but Jack Doherty owns you, kid.
Bro, Jack Doherty.
He owns you,
What the-
buddy.
How the fuck you put him like to check stand mode? That's funny. No, but this guy is like, I don't know, media core, but it's like a different topic. But still, like, I mean, I think I'm repeating myself. Let's just keep rolling.
Newspaper articles, there's been documentaries, and all kinds of misinformation put out. So now I'm going to go over some information to help you get a better grip of what actually happened.
Okay, try to convince somebody.
At the time of the incident, I was a YouTuber, actor, filmmaker, and primarily known for pranks. I've been working full-time and earning a living as a content creator since approximately 2016. I met the accuser after matching with...
Are you a
What?
content creator?
Am I?
Yeah, are you a content creator?
I mean, look, I'm not montaging my vids. Like, I don't make any vids. I'm just streaming. So I guess I'm a streamer. Am I a content
Wow,
creator
you're a
if I'm a
streamer?
streamer?
Where's the IRLs at?
Not IRL streaming, but you know, like StreamYard streaming.
Desktop streaming.
Yeah. I mean, I'm technically content creator if you can say so.
Uh-oh.
Since I'm making media, you know, making streams, therefore I'm content creator.
What
I
are you
guess.
making? Would you make more driving Uber or doing your streams?
Making Uber is better because you could making a living out of it, you know.
Really?
No. You literally gonna start when you're gonna make Uber. Like what?
You are.
What are you talking about? Like, yes, of course, dude. Like making Uber is way better, like, than making YouTube in my case scenario. Since
I don't know anyone who Ubers anymore.
Yeah, even Greg will drop Uber. Any thoughts?
Did Greg really drive Uber?
Yeah, he finally qualified, and now he's like full-time job, fucking AI generator. Like, dude is literally like generating like pics in his home office. Any thoughts?
Wow, that's nice.
like this is all what he said, but he says like, but he does besides a little besides of that, but mainly his job is just like fucking AI pics generating.
Wow.
We'll see, like after like how long, after what time, like you're gonna lose his job place after AI gonna take his job, if you can say so. And even him admitting like AI would replace him, like his position.
AI isn't gonna replace your position, but
look, AI would not replace me, since like like I'm not gonna say, like I don't want to brag, like I.
brag.
Wait, why are you referring to me like it's my stream? It's our stream. Like what?
What do you mean?
Like you? What do you mean? You're a part of my team. Why are you referring to me? I'm confused.
Referring to you about what?
Content creator. Like you technically the part of my content machine. Like not mine, our content machine.
Whoa, are you trying to say I'm your employee?
Whoa. Yeah, I'm trying to establishing employee right now live. Watch live leaks. Whoa.
Oh, that's it. I'm getting deaded.
No, but for real, we technically content creators, since like we're making like StreamYard content. Like we are StreamYard streamers, therefore we are content creators,
Yeah.
If like replying overall, like if I'm replied to your question, of course.
Her on Tinder. Tinder is an app for people to go and hook up with. I recognized her from one of my party videos, McMaster Hoko 2019. On that day, this person managed to find me and my camera crew in a crowd of 10,000 people in order to be interviewed. After matching on Tinder, we messaged on Instagram, texting and flirting before agreeing to meet up. The accuser drove approximately 30 minutes from Oakville to my house in Hamilton, Ontario. I invited her in, I showed her around, and then she asked for a tour of my YouTube studio. I suggested we should go for a hike. We then left my house and drove to a hiking trail, but upon arriving, it was getting dark, so we agreed to return to my house and watch Netflix and chill. Upon returning to my house, we did just that. We watched Netflix and we had a consensual encounter. I'm not proud to admit this, but at the time, I was sleeping around with a bunch of different women. The accuser also had multiple different partners.
Any thoughts?
Yeah, he's a player.
Yeah, real nice gameplay.
recently before me, as per DNA evidence, as well as confirming sleeping with an alleged boyfriend just a few days prior to meeting me. Now, to clarify, this is not a judgment on her character. Rather, it's to provide context on our generation's modern culture of frequent hookups. In retrospect, I definitely should not have been sleeping with these women, but I was a young guy and I was famous on the internet. I would often film a quick consent video when having sexual encounters with strangers that knew I had a large following as a proactive way to ensure I had clear consent.
A consent video is a controversial trend where individuals record their partner verbally agreeing to sexual activity of preemptively prevent or disapprove potential future accusation of sexual assault. But there was no like mentioning that there was like sexual consent in the video. Like I guess like this should be filmed, like if she's agreeing or no. Like you should record this instead, like not just like, oh, I consent. It's behind the video, and meanwhile you're filming her, she's like acting, oh, please stop filming, like this type of shit. Or like or is it just like only verbally, meaning you could just like say behind the camera like, yes, I consent, and just starting filming her, like, because I don't really get this part. Like, I don't know, this is so vague. Like,
from whoever I was hooking
but
up.
still, like, this is Jack's fault, like, to even start like filming a girl. Like, I mean, I'm not saying like, listen, I need to point this out, like, because I feel some people would like misunderstand this. Like, when you filming somebody, right, and she's like really down to be filmed, okay, if she's really down to be filmed, go fucking ahead, do whatever you want, do some freaky shit, do some like, I don't know, film this, make some porn tapes, I don't really care. But if she's being hesitant about this, okay, if she's like saying, yeah, please film me, but then like she's like, no, don't do this, and then like she's like, yeah, and then again, no. Or even stricter situation when she says strictly, no, please don't film me, but she's still doing this instead, don't fucking film. This is like no-go situation. It's not gonna lead you to somewhere else besides four walls. Okay, especially if you're in Canada, you guys need to know your own like laws when it comes to like sexual intercourse, because like I've heard like this shit is pretty serious there when it comes to sexual accusations.
With especially women who have been featured in a previous video of mine. This is not a normal way to live, but it is common in society and especially amongst athletes, celebrities, and public figures. So during our encounter, I attempted to film a consent video amongst athletes.
Consent videos. Why more and more men are asking women to record consent before sex? Oh, this is interesting.
Celebrities and public.
Yo, any thoughts about this topic?
No, I don't. The fact that you have to like ask, I don't know.
No, but about consent videos, like, because I've heard like this in the first time. Like,
Yeah.
Look, I've heard like this shit happens, but like I did not know that people like literally like filming the females, or like it's opposite, just to give them a consent, like say yes, like if you're down to get laid with me. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, that's like crazy.
Yeah, I mean, look, welcome to I guess when this was published, 2018. Okay, that's crazy. I don't know.
Right?
Yeah, I don't know if it's like still practicing till nowadays, but I hope it's not.
Figures. So during our encounter,
because like this is really cringe.
I attempted to film a consent video and she informed me that she didn't want to be recorded. So I stopped the recording and deleted whatever was briefly recorded right in front of her. We then continued what we were doing, having a consensual sexual encounter. I want to be very clear here. The encounter was enthusiastic, ongoing. There was no confusion about it. She was consenting, as was I. She communicated consent in many different ways, particularly verbally, asking me to spank her and telling me during sex, "F me, f daddy," amongst other things. I don't want to repeat them, but you can go and read the things that she said to me in the transcripts. After finishing our encounter, we chatted briefly before I politely told her I had to be up early in the morning, and I asked her to leave. That was the conclusion of the date. Quoting from the court transcript, although the accuser originally told police that she was obviously fine with being asked.
Should we reading this or just we're gonna skip this part? What do you think?
I'm not gonna read it, but I'll listen to it.
Okay, I'm not gonna read it.
To leave, her testimony at trial revealed.
I'm not gonna read it. Still, fuck this shit. Who the fuck gonna read this? Fuck the polar bears.
Otherwise. In
Exactly.
cross-examination, she admitted that the dismissal did not feel good, and she agreed with trial counsel that she felt worthless because she was treated as a conquest or notch on Mr. Densmore's bedpost. So in hindsight, I can absolutely see why this would make her feel bad. She had traveled to see me. She was texting her friends and family about me and our date ahead of time. In particular, some high expectations for me. Kicking her out was rude and dismissive. I didn't think that way at the time, but I regret how I handled that. And if I could go back, I would do things differently. With that being said,
Wait. Okay, in this moment, I'm curious. All right, there it is. I just realized the biggest dream in my life, so internal SNL, even though it never happened because I don't have the skills to connection, right? Yes. All right. So you're telling your friends that this, like, your biggest dream is to be on Saturday Night Live at the time. Yes.
some high expectations for me.
I disagree. I wouldn't say it made me feel any special, even though I knew all those things about him and how he came to know you. Still, did it make you feel just a little bit better than good? No. Okay, your biggest dream is that time. Yes, no. I understand this followers.
Kicking her out was rude and dismissive. I didn't think that way.
Okay, kicking her out. Okay, because I felt like he's. There would be a part where she's like, the part where he kicks her out, and there was a dialogue between two of them.
Time, but I regret how I handled that. And if I could go back, I would do things differently. With that being said,
Wait, what happened? Like, I'm just curious. Like, you guys got laid, right? Like, why would you kick her out after this one? I don't why? I mean, okay, she's not really your hookup buddy, okay? That's fine, but why would you kick her out immediately after you guys hooked up? I don't get it. This is why.
all of the sexual activity that we did was consensual.
Be more empathetic a little, bro. She's I don't know, I fell asleep.
No,
she
kick her
feels
out.
She feels romantical. Why?
Call her
Why?
a whore and kick her out.
Yeah, this is crazy type of scenario. Calling her a whore and kicking her out. Bruh.
And when I say consensual, I don't mean ambiguous or neutral. I mean it was.
Dude, this is this is such a dick behavior. Seriously, even I would be offended. If I were a chick.
Enthusiastic, encouraging, and ongoing. And I testified to that under oath. To put it simply, the whole thing was a typical one-night stand. Just to be clear, my charge had nothing to do with filming a
Okay, fine. One night stand. Does it mean you should kick her out immediately?
consent video. It was entirely based on an allegation that I
Okay, I think exclusion would be if you got a fucking appointment or meeting in person in 5, 10, 15 minutes in your own house. I guess it would make sense to kicking her out, but otherwise just to kicking her out in sense of, oh, I don't want to see her here. Bro, you're just being a dick.
non-consensually assaulted this person. This was shocking to me. It absolutely destroyed my mental health. And for months, I was so confused. What the am I being charged with? We do know what the reasons were now, and we'll get into those later.
For filming?
But I was charged in February 2021.
I don't understand. I'm being empathetic to this guy, but this guy really doesn't know the laws in the state where he lives in. For some reason, you should at least know. Again, I'm repeating myself. You should at least know. They're filming somebody without consent, right? When she gives you no as an answer, and you still filming her. It still means no, right? She doesn't give you consent in the camera, and you just filmed it.
These charges were then made public in October.
I don't know. It's so stupid. I don't know. Jack. It feels like Jack is I don't know. It feels. I feel like he's not smart enough to realize when somebody says no, it means no.
No,
what being charged with? Why are you still filming me?
2022, after the
Why are you charging me? Your Honor, why are you charging me? I did nothing wrong. She said no, but I still filmed her, and I kept it in my files. Number 15. The My Big Epstein files hidden. The Big H hidden files.
Accuser contacted my city's local newspaper to run a story about these allegations before that year's McMaster Hoko was to take place. During this time, I felt absolute agony. I stopped making comedy and prank videos because I just, to put it simply, lost my sense of humor, and it's embarrassing to admit, but I felt
so
helpless.
hard.
Now I want to give you an overview on these
Why shit myself? Your Honor, I just shit myself, but it's not my fault.
things in society. Through legal
Well, listen, like, how I can be empathetical to this guy? Like, tell me how we can be empathetical to this guy, because I don't, like, seriously.
Because he's
Like,
innocent, bro.
oh my god, I'm so innocent. I'm just filming her without the consent. She could have said no, but I still pushing the, but I continue pushing this line.
counsel and many other stories that have been shared with me, I've learned that my case is not unique. False accusations are common and absolutely devastating to the
Right, they're not unique, but we need to understand the context, and the context is like she clearly, like, I don't know, she like in the files, right? Like, I'm gonna say what's been in real life. It's been really like written down and like being fixated that she did not give her consent. Okay, like she clearly don't, and it doesn't matter. Like, did she like gave a consent in real life, and she said like otherwise? Like, she clearly said no, and your fault is like that she literally filmed it. Like, I don't understand. I guess I'm just repeating again myself. Like what I'm trying to say is maybe like in real life, like in the bad, like in when they were private, like the event happened absolutely different, but for the fact we know that she did not give her consent. Okay, it doesn't matter if she like according to you she gave her consent or no. Like, listen, if somebody asks, like, again, somebody asking you to put the camera down, it means like you need to put camera down. Like, bro, you live in Canada, like accept the Canadian law, or just like move somewhere else. Like, only you got only two options, but you for some reason decided to be fucking Jack Daniel. I don't know.
victims. For those that don't know, in Canada, there is no actual evidence required to charge and convict somebody in this type of crime. In most sexual assault cases, there isn't actually any concrete evidence. It ends up just being one person's word versus another. He said, she said situation. To put it simply, telling the truth is not enough. So as an accused person, the only strategy you have is to find
Wait, how the fuck, like, it's not type of serious situation if I watch some videos and like when it comes to sexual assault and next sexual crime in Canada, it's literally took it pretty serious. Type of stuff. You can literally be in jail for this one. What's his reference to?
lies, discrepancies, contradictions in the
Okay, listen, if it's true, like it can be probably I can disinform you guys.
accuser's story. So imagine you or your loved one is being accused despite there being zero evidence. If you or your loved one's defense lawyer cannot question the credibility of the person making these accusations, it will most likely lead to a conviction, and there's nothing you can do about it. As much as this system and laws were put into place with good intentions to help real victims and real survivors, an unfortunate side effect is that they are highly abusable and exploitable. They often take years of time, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the accused person loses their job, loses their reputation, and is publicly shamed, and potentially even ends up in jail for something they didn't do. But aside from that, from the
Wait, see, that's what I told you. Like, it takes pretty serious. Like, what it says here. Wait, what? Hold up. What it says here?
I've learned that my case is not unique. False accusation, actual evidence.
Can you be charged with sexual assault without evidence? Yes, you can be charged with sexual assault in Canada without physical evidence. Here's what you need to know: the Crown can lay charges based on reasonable grounds, even without physical evidence. Testimony from a complaint is legally considered evidence. Is court conviction can be made solely credible witness testimony if it's meant to be beyond the reasonable doubt standards. Many Canadians falsely assume physical evidence is required for charge or conviction. This is dangerous misconception.
Required to charge and convict somebody in this type of crime. In most assault cases, there isn't actually any concrete evidence. It ends up just being one person's word versus another. He said, she said situation. To put it simply, telling the truth is not enough. So as an accused person,
What do you mean it's not enough? Like, you can literally be appeared in jail. Like, what? Wait, am I too dumb? Like, am I not paying attention? Like, what? Bruh.
the only strategy you have is to find lies, discrepancies, contradictions in the accuser's story. So imagine you or your loved one is being accused despite there being zero evidence. If you or your loved one's defense lawyer cannot question the credibility of the person making these accusations, it will most likely lead to a conviction, and there's nothing you can do about it. As much as this system and laws were put into place with good intentions to help real victims and real survivors, an unfortunate side effect is that they are highly abusable and exploitable. They often take years of time, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and the accused person loses their job, loses their reputation, and is publicly shamed, and potentially even ends up in jail for something they didn't do. But aside from that, from the defendant's standpoint, there are also laws that have been put into place to make it even more difficult to defend yourself. In a normal trial, you can get access to information such as records, messages, emails, etc. However, in assault cases, the police and prosecutors can, and in my case, they did, actively redact any and all information or evidence to prevent you from using it in your defense. So in my case, it was brought to our
What the fuck? That's crazy.
attention that there were thousands of communication records that had been redacted by the police. We later found out that the police not only redacted all of this data, but they actually emailed the accuser and said, "Is there anything specifically that you would like us to redact?" And then she replied saying, "Yes, I would like you to redact all of the emails with my therapist and all of the communications with her alleged boyfriend, and in particular, specific emails that were very, very telling about what actually happened that night. And I will get into them later on. But anyways, back to the evidence. At one point,
Okay, this is crazy. Any thoughts? Yo. Hello? Bruh.
remember they gave us about 90 different pages, and around 80 of them were completely blacked out. I'm not a lawyer. I'm actually kind of an idiot. But from what I've been explained by legal counsel, this makes it incredibly hard to defend yourself at trial. For example, if there is evidence that we're bringing that contradicts their version of events, they can change their version of events
Yo, you here? Hello? Bruh.
before trial. So why is it like this now? Well, first of all, obviously, it's intended to protect real survivors from privacy concerns, as well as trials being delayed. But what it really is they essentially wanted to get more convictions. After the 2016 acquittal of Jian Ghomeshi, which led to significant changes to Canadian law, frequently referred to as the Ghomeshi Rules. This was implemented via Bill C-51 and subsequent legislation, which are designed to make it easier to secure convictions by altering how evidence regarding a complainant's credibility is handled. These changes were meant to counteract how in the Ghomeshi trial, the defense was able to use contradictory evidence like emails and photos to successfully challenge the credibility of witnesses and get an acquittal. In summary, because of Bill C-51 and the Ghomeshi Rules, if there is evidence that shows contradictions in the accuser's statement, it can be discarded. And even if it's not discarded and it is allowed at trial, it has to be given to them and approved, and that gives them the opportunity to prepare for it and potentially alter a story. This is what has been put into effect to get more convictions. The problem is it is potentially at the cost of innocent people going to jail and having their life ruined. Again, I want to preface, I am not a lawyer, but that is my understanding of the law, and I'm open to being corrected. Now, right off the bat, from the statements of the accuser alone, we had many examples of inaccuracies, contradictions, and story changes. But once we found out that there was all of this actual evidence that had been intentionally redacted, we became very curious. After several years and over $100,000 just in pretrial application costs, we were able to get a significant portion of the redacted evidence, including emails, text messages, etc. After reviewing them, it was quite clear that there were multiple strong motives to fabricate these allegations. Now, if we go back to the encounter, remember that the accuser only actually had an issue with my attempt to film a consent video. This is what was so confusing to me because I was there. She initiated sex with me afterwards and we continued having sex. All of this material is available in the official trial transcripts, which you can go over in the description. But even though I deleted whatever was recorded, she had a massive concern on whether or not this video still existed and was worried that it would be circulated online. And we know this because it was mentioned multiple different times. For example, from the April 18th transcript. And what about if he actually took a video? If he did and that got out, that could ruin my entire life. That is from the email she sent her therapist the night of our date. From April 18th, this is at 2:22 p.m. on August the 7th, 2 days after August the 5th. Also, I'm going to the police, maybe not to press charges, but I want to tell them and report it and see if they could do anything about him possibly taking a video or picture of me. End quote. My lawyer asked, "You sent this, right?" She responds, "Yes." My lawyer, "Okay, so again, the primary purpose for going to the police that you are sure you want them to do something about is to see if he took pictures or videos of you." The accuser, "Yes." Lawyer, "And in your mind, you would agree that that would entail them having to at least go to his house, talk to him?" Accuser, "Yes." "And taking his phone?" Accuser, "Yes." "Okay, and then making sure that there wasn't anything there that you had in a compromised picture or video, right?" Accuser, "Yes." If you want to double check this, this is all in the testimony on April 18th. So when she contacted the police, her concern was to know for sure that the video was truly deleted. However, the only way that the police can search a phone is by obtaining a warrant, and a warrant can only be obtained if there was a crime. From the appeal, although this factual conclusion was not mandatory, given the evidence, reaching it meant that when the accuser left Mr. Densmore's home, she believed he possessed a compromising video of her on his phone, which increased the probative value of evidence supporting a potential motive to fabricate. As Justice Krawchenko concluded, the accuser's most significant concern was that Mr. Densmore had images or videos of her on his phone. It was essential to consider whether the accuser made the sexual assault allegation partly or fully to prompt police to access his device, especially since the police apparently would not take action unless she made a formal complaint. In regards to her email to the police, she said, "I am unsure if I want to press charges at this time, but I am deeply concerned as to if he has any photos or videos of me." Following back and forth communication with the police, the accuser eventually went in and gave an official statement nearly 2 months later. She then described a non-consensual encounter that, to be frank, did not happen. I'm going to try and say this as politely as possible. There are multiple points in the accuser's testimony which contradict her police statements and her testimony at trial. I want to share a few.
Contradiction. Contradiction. You gave me lots of me some. No.
Major discrepancies, and then you can decide for
Contradiction.
yourself. Now, as a warning, some of the information I'm about to share is graphic and potentially triggering, but I must go into these details so that you can see just a couple of the major discrepancies and inconsistencies in this person's testimony. I am just comparing her version of events compared to her other versions of events and her own.
Yo, you still here? Dude, where is this guy going to?
Testimony. Let's proceed. The accuser testified that I aggressively removed her shirt and pulled down her dress. In testimony, she claimed, "He started by removing my shirt and pulling down my dress so that my breasts were exposed." Then, in cross-examination, she further insisted, "No, he didn't ask me to take it off. He just started to take it off." My lawyer asked again, "You're sure about that?" To which the accuser confirmed, yes. She made this allegation in testimony and then doubled down on this in cross-examination with my lawyer. However, these new allegations she made in her testimony are totally different from her actual statement to police. To police, she said, "So we went to his room and we were like just sitting on his bed and he put on a show on Netflix and then he put his arm around me and then after a few minutes kissed me, which I was okay with. And then he told me like, take off my shirt, which I was comfortable with because I was like wearing a dress underneath it." So in her original story, she claims that I politely requested her to take her shirt off and she did it herself voluntarily and comfortably. However, at trial, she said, He started by removing my shirt and pulling down my dress so that my breasts were exposed. Then in cross-examination, she further insisted, again, as part of this aggressive encounter she's trying to paint, no, he didn't ask me to take it off. He just started to take it off. My lawyer confirmed, are you sure? She confirmed, yes, that is how it happened. However, my lawyer then confronted her with her own original statement to police, and he reminded her that this is what she said. And then he asked her again what actually happened. She then confirmed her original story, which is that I asked her to take her shirt off, and she did so voluntarily. My lawyer further confirmed, asking, because you're the one that took your shirt off with his request, and that was your way of showing interest or consenting, right? To which she responded, yes. This is a clear example of willingness to intentionally remove your way of showing interest or consenting, right? To which she responded, yes. This is a clear example of willingness to intentionally remove and omit participation and change details to suit the false narrative of an aggressive, non-consensual encounter, which, to put it simply, just never happened. Moving on.
Hello? Yo, RPG, you still here, dude?
There were fabricated bruises. The accuser claimed that I aggressively bit her breasts, causing bruising, swelling, and red marks for days after. On August 6th, less than 1 day after our date, the nurse examined her breasts and found 0 bruising, 0 swelling, and 0 red marks. This was totally fabricated. From the appeal, in her examination in chief, the accuser described an aggressive sexual assault. It began when Mr. Densmore removed her shirt and pulled down her dress, exposing her breasts. She testified that Mr. Densmore kissed and bit her breasts, which was quite painful, and that the biting left bruises and red marks that lingered for 2 to 3 days after their encounter. He then pushed her onto her back, got on top of her, and penetrated her digitally. Page 34. Though the events described above qualify as a violent sexual assault, Justice Kravchenko flatly rejected the accuser's account, noting how it conflicted with evidence from the nurse who examined the accuser's breasts and found no bite marks or bruising. He also noted a major inconsistency about digital penetration that was brought out in cross-examination. This is another clear example of fabricating an aggressive, non-consensual encounter. As the accusations of bruises, bite marks, and red swelling for days after were entirely fabricated and confirmed by the nurse, not days after, but the next day, August 6th. Next, in her police statement, she said,
For pursuit of criminal charges, the complainant also struggled with physical reality. This is someone that came to court and gave sworn evidence that she suffered injuries to her breasts, bruising, red marks, swelling for days after because Mr. Desmond was biting her breasts. She then gave evidence that the nurse, the sexual assault, the sexual assault nurse, inspected her breasts for bruises. But it's an agreed statement of fact that when the nurse looked at her breast the following night, there were no injuries, and she wrote her report to reflect reality. Bruh.
Next, in her police statement, she said,
Okay, I mean, I remember, like I said at the beginning before, like that I'm kind of started feeling sorry. That I feel no sorry to somebody who's filming without consent. Which he didn't, by the way, debunk this claim, right? That he started filming her without consent. It's like still open. Like you can like interpret what she wants, but at the end, like he was filming. He filmed her. Like I don't know. I think there was like miscommunication, which in the end like reflected to literally non-consensual like filming, right? Um, because like information which you provided later, like, which I mean, my claims are still on. Like I still don't feel sorry for just somebody who's like openly admitted to filming somebody on the camera, right? And then like he rejects, pull the camera down. But in this type of scenario, like I feel kind of sorry for Jack, but again, like there's like another like moment which we should not be silenced about is that the Jack Stansmore is a dating coach who's selling courses for $1,000 and teaching dudes how to game on chicks. Like, dude.
That I got on top of her aggressively, and in her description to The Crown, she shared detailed allegations about this without any mention of her participation. In April 17th cross-examination, however, she admitted that after a few minutes of kissing, she swung her legs over my body and straddled me before removing her shirt. Straddling as in mounting me, so sitting on top of my genital area, and grinding her groin area directly on mine while sitting upright on top of me. She also said now that she smiled and moaned and that I would remark I liked it or moan. Again, this shows that she was an active participant, contrary to all of her previous statements. This is from April 17th, 2024. Next, in a statement.
Dude, this for some reason reminded me the case between the e-girl chick and the fucking what's this guy's name? Bro. Bro, he's 40 years old, I forgot. Dude, what's his name? Like he's like a bold, like I remember, right? Hold on. Let me Google him real quick. I forgot what's his name. Fuck. Tectone, right? It's for somehow reminded me the case between Tectone and Pink Chu. He's like ex basically, where they had a court. Which I mean, there's like some correlations I see between two of them. Like that correlation. I'm sorry, similarities.
To police, she said that she didn't make a single noise or sound besides ow. Then in cross-examination, she admitted to making noises, moaning, and saying, I like it, during various stages of sexual activity to show her consent that she was an active participant. From the appeal, another inconsistency was the accuser's avowal that the vast majority of the encounter took place in near silence. In chief, she was a silent recipient of Mr. Densmore's advances. She testified that, other than providing her with specific directions, the only sound made by...
Here he is. Hello?
Yo, what up?
Yo.
Yo.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I just passed out.
Okay, like, do you want to continue stream or like?
Yeah, we can continue.
Well, like, if you want to like sleep, like, I don't holding you here. Like, I was just wondering where you at. Like, I just like called you like at least like 3 times where you at. Like, look, like if you're really tired, like, look, let's do the following. Like, I mean, just go sleep and like we'll see like till the next time. Like I'm like I want to really like like having interaction with you, right? But I don't know if you like really want to sleep. Like I mean, it's understandable from my side. Just saying.
All right.
So yeah, good night then, eh?
Okay, good night.
Yeah, good night.
Ah, what the fuck? Ah,
Wait, you wanna sleep or what?
how far in are we?
It's like 19 minutes.
19 left.
Yeah, 19 minutes is like 54. It's like 19 minutes out of 54. Wait, is it visible? Well, let me put this way. Yeah, hold up. Yeah, 19 minutes we basically went through. Okay, are you ready like to have conversation with me or no?
Yeah.
Like you promise not to fall asleep or something because like I tried to clearly like interacting with you like the whole time and you was basically sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Again,
ready,
like
boss.
okay. You sure?
Yeah.
Again, I'm not holding you here. I'm playing.
Either party was Mr. Densmore calling her a slut. In closing submissions, trial counsel describes the accuser's initial depiction as an incomprehensible narrative of a silent movie. It also seemed to be incomprehensible to the accuser, who admitted on cross-examination on multiple occasions that they were both moaning and that she was breathing heavy and that she uttered the words, "I like that."
You know, basically what I just said before, 20 seconds ago, is that like I see correlations, like this case which Jax deals with Takedown and Pinkchu. Do you remember this stuff?
Yeah.
There's like literally correlations between these. Basically, remember like in the beginning of the stream, I said like that like I don't really feel sorry like or empathetical to somebody who's literally like filming and violating somebody's consent. Meanwhile, she's saying, "No, I don't consent you to film me," and still like pushing this line. And now, like until this moment, there's like basically been moments where basically I've just seen the moments which happened between like Tecton and Pinkchu, where basically like they stating to the police one fact, but they tries to like basically do it like opposite, like they just sound on the court like completely opposite, like not opposite but literally 90 degrees, let's say opposite what compared to what they told to the police. Basically they tries to putting their fact into their favors and basically sometimes just lying in front of the judge's face, which is still crazy to do this.
Next, we're going to start talking about some of the therapist statements. Now, I understand that therapy is something that is very personal, it's very private, and a lot of people watching this might be in therapy. So I'm not using this in any way to try to minimize therapy or discredit therapists in general. Okay? Just want to start by saying that. There were many issues with the statements to the therapist, including inaccuracies given to the therapist by the accuser, which led to the therapist giving very strong opinions and recommendations, which ended up leading to reshaping what actually happened in the mind of the accuser, in addition to collusion. And if you don't know what collusion is, Google it because it's very bad. The accuser was asked about some of these statements throughout the trial. In this particular one,
wait, I just want to read. I want to read this real quick. Sexual assault cases, collusion refers to witnesses, often friends of family accused, their evidence, regain testimony together, significantly impacting credibility and reliability, conspiracy, delusion, evaluate testimony is a critical evidence issue.
the accuser was asked.
Okay, this is too smart for me.
About some of these statements throughout the trial. In this particular one from April 18th, my lawyer: "Okay, so you're not very truthful with your therapist, are you?" The accuser: "No, I'm extremely truthful to her." My lawyer: "Extremely truthful, right?" Accuser: "Yes." My lawyer: "That's how you characterize what you're saying to her." The accuser: "Yes." Here in particular, she made a statement to her therapist where she inaccurately depicted our date and implied, very dangerously, that I tricked her into coming into my house. I debated whether to send this or not because maybe I'm just being dramatic or stupid or overthinking or reading into something that didn't happen. Or maybe it just brought this whole thing onto myself. But I went on a date tonight. We were supposed to go for a hike and then drinks. But when I showed up to his house, he said it was too late to go for a walk, so we started watching a movie. My lawyer asked, have I read that accurately? The accuser confirms, yes. My lawyer, and that's not what happened, is it? Accuser, not all of the details. No. My lawyer, but that's what you told her happened, right? Accuser, yes. Pause. Inaccuracies like that are super important because they have a severe impact on the therapist's perception of events, which leads to responses from the therapist that, as a therapist's responses would, give massive influence over the accuser. So the therapist receives this amongst other inaccurate statements continuing from April 18th. So these are your records that she's made about sessions that she's had with you. And the session date is Friday, August the 7th. We spent the session going over her experience.
Holy shit, this thing lasts like for 6 years. This is fucking crazy.
And looking at potential stuck points where she blamed herself. In reviewing the evening, it is clear the accuser attempted to make good decisions and that he...
Yo, you here? Hello? This case lasting over than 6 years. This is fucking insane.
Free Jack, right?
was clearly a
Huh?
Free Mr. Dunmo, right?
Free demo.
predator, skilled in having her make small changes to their plans.
Wait, but can we like compare? Like, but hold on. Legit question. Can we compare Diddy to Jack? Like, is it for comparison? Like, because Diddy, like, what is he being convinced for? Like he's been jailed for SA, right? No, for sexual trafficking, right?
Yeah.
But this guy is for sexual assault.
Yeah.
Is this like fair? Wait, hold on. But is this fair comparison or no?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm the same way. But look, Jack is probably, the very, very little, version of bro, I was about to say Kanye of Diddy. No, for real though, like he's like little version. Like if he was, let's say, push some line, he'll probably be on some like Diddy's level.
Until she
I'm pretty sure.
was in his apartment.
Like these dating coaches, like they don't even really have morals. Like let's be honest.
Have I read that correctly? The accuser confirms, yes. The accuser claims to be extremely truthful to her therapist, giving a completely inaccurate statement about the date to her therapist with a very misleading implication. As a result, the therapist tells her with authority he was clearly a predator, skilled in having her make small changes to their plans until she was in his apartment. She then takes these various responses she gets from her therapist and sends them to her friends and family. Also from April 18th. Yeah, Dr. Therapist said that he seemed very calculated in the way he acted, like he had thought it out, and that I'm not the first. So now she's giving false information to the therapist. Therapist is responding.
What the fuck does that even mean? Like I'm confused.
First, very calculated.
Okay, let's cool down a little bit. Okay, then like you respond, yeah. It said it seems very calculated in the way he acted, like he had thought it. Wait, what the fuck he's referring to? I don't get it. Like what?
Responses she gets from her therapist and sends them to her friends and family. Also from April 18th. Yeah, Dr. Therapist said that he seemed very calculated in the way he acted, like he had thought it out, and that I'm not the first. So now she's giving false information to the therapist.
Who's I'm like who he refers to? I'm not the first. Like this girl is not a first, or
therapist is responding and
like this guy is a player. Like that's what he refers to.
She's taking what the therapist is responding.
Wait, can you help me out? Like I'm confused. Like what the fuck does it even mean? Yo, RPG, you here?
Yeah.
Can you help me out? What the fuck means? Who the fuck he refers? Like I'm not the first. Like does the therapist refers to her? But is this here like from first person? Like the fuck is it? What does that even mean? I'm confused. Yeah, Dr. Therapist said that he seems very calculated in the way he acted, like he had thought it out, and that I'm not the first. she said he has.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. Like, what? Can you translate me? Like, I'm confused with what the fuck means.
Oh well, I'm also confused.
Okay, let's pretend like the doctor or therapist refers to that he's a player, and I'm the first person is like reference to this girl.
She's giving false information to the therapist. Therapist is
Like he's being calculated, means like, yeah, this guy like knew what he did or something.
responding, and then she's taking what
Like
the
I assume, okay.
therapist is responding and sending it.
Dude, who the fuck formulated like this not this quote, how you say this, the verdict
to her friend.
I guess this is a processor list, right? That's how you call it, like the process list.
Using the authority of the therapist. This is one of the many messages that the accuser sent to her friends and family. You can see more in the May 31st closing arguments. Now, during testimony at trial, her statement changed. April 12th, you said the tour was approximately 15 minutes, nothing unusual. What happens after that? She answers, then he suggests that we go for a hike. Oh. And how did you then end up going for a hike? What happens after that? He suggested.
How the fuck? Wait, what the? How the fuck we landed like that they going to the hike? Like what?
That
No,
we,
That's
no,
an
completely off track.
This is bro. Like what the fuck is going on? Bro, imagine like you just like discussing like the bedroom situation, and then like from no reason like they just switching to the hike. Like how the fuck the hike have to do with this one?
drive to a trail that was close by to his house. So I agreed to that, and we started driving there. So the accuser admitted that actually I suggested we go for a hike, which was the original plan, and then we left the house. Okay, so you described driving towards the escarpment. Accuser, Do you eventually stop somewhere? Accuser, no. He says that it's busy and that we shouldn't bother going on a hike because it's getting dark out. Going a bit down, then what happens? Accuser. So
Dude, what the fuck hike have to do with this? Like, I'm fucking confused.
then he suggests going
Dude,
back.
it's until this moment, until 22nd minute, it was fine. But what the fuck is going after?
Back to his house. Are you able to give us an estimate about how long you were trying to
Dude, this is literally the definition of hour loss. Like, the fuck is Judge doing?
locate a hiking trail? Accuser.
What
Again,
is Judge doing? Like, I'm sorry, like not Judge. I guess like the judge leads, right? Like the majesty, right, himself.
and not long, maybe 15, 20 minutes. And so, did you agree with his suggestion to go back to his house? Accuser. I did. We then returned to the house after she agreed to return and watch Netflix and chill. But literally the same night as the date, August 5th, she then goes and tells a very different and inaccurate version the same night. So many implications, opinions, responses, and collusion and influences were made from these inaccurate statements. And what's super concerning about all this? Aside from that, she never corrected her therapist by saying, actually, he did suggest going for a hike. And then we actually did leave the house and go to the hiking trail. And we only returned after she agreed to because it was getting dark. Another thing she never acknowledged, the reason it was getting dark is why we...
Okay, hold on. I guess I start understanding here. So basically, the hiking trail, like the hiking trip is basically like they were kind of fine, you know. I guess I start to understand. So basically the hiking trail part is basically like they had no issue before, and that this guy started even filming, you know. Yeah, okay, this shit is like confusing as shit, like I'll be honest.
Came back.
Even though like this guy is literally wrong for filming, like they this part literally like tried to show, I guess, that they were basically cool after, you know, having intercourse.
Was because she showed up over 30 minutes late to the date in the first place. So instead of being honest about this or clarifying it or correcting it at all, she then took the therapist's responses, amongst others, and then sent them to her friends and family members. Objectively speaking, this can be considered very problematic because she essentially gave an inaccurate statement to the therapist, which then elicits responses based on these false details. And then instead of correcting them, she uses them as authoritative proof that something happened to her that didn't actually happen. But all of this was under false pretenses from false information. And this was not cleared up and corrected until nearly 4 years later at trial in 2024.
Bruh. Okay, do you feel sorry for this guy until this moment? Hello?
Yeah.
Bro, are you napping?
No, what's up?
Bro, I clearly hear that you're like falling asleep or something. Like you're
Bro,
passing
it's
out.
just silent. I'm not sleeping, bro.
Okay, like again, like do you? Okay, I'm gonna believe you this time. Do you like feel sorry for this guy until this moment? Like,
No.
to be honest, me either. But you know, one of my side, like, okay, I'll be honest. I was like 50-50. Now I'm kind of like, you know, 60-40. Like I'm just, you know, like,
Yeah.
listen. No, but listen, if like would some average Joe appear in this similar situation like he did, he would probably deal with same emotional waves and basically shit which you deal with. I mean, I kind of, you know, like sympathize to him because, like, I'll be honest, experienced style myself, right? Like unfairness from the judge, but he's still like but he's still dude, but he's still a dude. But he's some fuck. He's somebody who's basically selling the dating coach courses for $1,000. I mean, so yeah, I'm not really. This part does not feel sorry for him.
At that point, all these communications and the eventual false accusation had already happened. The damage had already been done because amongst all of the other inaccurate statements made to the therapist, this completely colored the therapist's perception of what actually happened, leading to her convincing the accuser, I was a skilled predator, I've done this to multiple people, amongst other things, such as she's not the first, as somebody that's never met me and knows absolutely nothing about me, to intentionally put out false information to someone and then take what they said in response and use that as an authoritative source to influence friends and family. And this is just a small taste. I highly recommend you go through the April 18th testimony. Everything's in there and it is shocking. Okay, moving on. Next, when giving her original statements to the police.
This is, I'm gonna like put, I want to add something here. So I think this is like the real definition of being evil. Like, I don't know if she tried to be purpose like on evil, but she, for some reason, like, I don't know, she's either a pathological liar or like a real definition of being evil, because like this was like some really like advanced plan, like literally like disinform like all of your like even friends and foes, and convince everybody that you're right. Like this is like literally big brain move.
She said that oral sex lasted 5 to 10 minutes, but also that the consent video incident.
Like even I'm impressed. Like bro, like imagine like being this, I don't know, not so smart. Like I don't know, I don't think that she's smart. Probably like she's a pathological liar. Like imagine like being in this type of state where you could literally influence everybody around you, and everybody would believe you without like any proof. And even court would like reject the information on your favor. Like this is like beyond, you know, evil. Like this is some like, you know, extreme step of evil, like being evil, like being being very trustworthy. Like serious.
Happened about 1 minute into the oral sex, and then
like I've never heard this before. Like you, like that you could be so. Like this chick, like so I don't know, influential. Like I guess like because of her looks or whatever. Like I never seen like somebody would literally trust because somebody said so, like without like even disapproving. Okay, hold on. Maybe I did, but in this type of scenario, like never.
Our brief conversation about it was approximately 1 minute long. So this time,
like this is insane. The judge literally like playing in the favor of this chick. Like
timeline
holy shit
would imply that oral sex resumed afterwards to fill up the remaining 3 to 8 minutes. At trial on April 12th, she said that after the consent video,
Yo, should I speed up or just like or is it fine?
I think it's fine.
she immediately stood up and successfully put her clothes on and claimed that she tried to leave. But then, during cross-examination on April 17th, she acknowledged there could have been more time for oral sex, and it was possible that it continued. My lawyer, okay, that it acknowledged there could have been more time for oral sex, and it was possible that it continued. My lawyer, okay, but then you'll also agree with me that even after he put his phone away, that you continue to engage with him in oral sex. Accuser, I don't remember. Lawyer, okay, well, let's talk about timing here because you said the oral sex lasts between 5 and 10 minutes, right? Accuser.
Okay, may I ask you something? Like, do you remember how your last sex from yesterday is went? Like, can you describe me in details? Like, do you remember every moment, or like you just keep forgetting like after every your encounter?
You said what yesterday?
Yeah. Okay. Should I even mention this?
No.
Never mind. Let's imagine like can you remember like let's say one of your last encounters very detailed, or like you don't really remember how your last encounter was happened.
No,
Happened.
I don't remember every encounter in detail.
Even your last one encounters?
The one not yesterday, the one before that?
No. Well, this said not mentioning yesterday, right? Like, or should I mention this? Like, you had encounter, like.
Okay, before yesterday, I know, bro. Like, I don't like sit there and like think about it like that.
Okay. Because like I guess there's probably some dudes who probably like remember like what they did on their last encounter, like how they fingered, how they I don't know like eat their ass, or I don't know maybe eat somebody's foot, you know, who knows.
Yes, and the incident with the phone happened about a minute or two into the oral.
I'm just questioning because like I'm the type of guy who's not really remembers like what the fuck happened like fucking 1 week ago, which was like really significant.
Yeah.
But some people like think, oh my god, this is like life changing. How you could like even forget this? Like,
how could you forget,
bro? For example, okay, very obvious example, Greg. This fucking guy remembers like the fuck happened 8 months ago, and I suppose even like remember this. Like what?
Right?
Like I don't know if you can correlate this like your actual every sexual encounter, right? But still.
Accuser, yes. So therefore, there was more time for oral sex. Accuser, there could have been. Lawyer, okay, it's possible that it continued, right? Accuser, it's possible. I'm not even going to say my version of events, okay? This is her.
I mean, look, it happened like 6 years ago. Like some of details she could forget. Like I don't understand what's the point. Hold on. Can I just like turn like 10 seconds back?
Right? Accuser. Before there was more time for oral sex. Accuser, there could have been. Lawyer, okay, it's possible that it continued, right? Accuser, it's possible. I'm not even going to say my version of events, okay?
Okay, like there was like more time for BJ. Like, so what? I don't understand.
Okay.
Like you guys had like more time for BJ. Like I don't get it.
This is her version.
Like, so what? Like in this type of in this particular time event where you had BJ, you started filming her. Like
Versus
what are you trying to disapprove? Like I don't get it.
her own
Like do you
version.
understand him? Like I be honest, don't really.
This completely contradicts her other version of events about getting up, putting her clothes on, and then trying to leave. From the appeal. In chief, April 12th, the accuser
Okay, makes sense then.
testified that once Mr. Densmore took out his phone, she stood up, starting to put her shirt on, looking for her purse. Remember the purse for later. On April 17th, when trial counsel asked the accuser whether she continued to engage with him in oral sex, after his phone was put away, she claimed that she did not remember, in addition to there could have been time. Upon further questioning on April 18th, the accuser conceded that it was possible that she performed additional fellatio.
By the way, my bad. RPG though. Fuck. I forgot telling you on the beginning of the stream, and to the old guys who's watching on replay. Yeah, this is like really late to say, but yeah, guys, happy fucking Easter, my dudes.
Nah,
Hold
fuck
on.
that.
Yeah, Easter is today, my time. You guys like in US is as an upcoming day, so yeah, happy guys Easter. And fuck polar bears.
Following
Yeah.
the
Polar bears.
phone incident. This is a massive contradiction because if oral sex
Dude, I said polar bears. Yeah, that's way clear.
continued, which is what actually happened, that would mean all of the things she said about getting up, putting her clothes on, and trying to leave was completely fabricated. Look at the transcripts. Moving on. There was further conflicting evidence in regards to her retrieving and putting her shirt on. This is from April 18th, after my lawyer has been asking her about when we had sex. And then I asked where the bathroom was and left the room. Why would
Wait, hold on. Where's my basic? Hold on. Let me put some. Let me switch my avatar real quick. Hold up. Dude, I found this pic. Wait, can I make this bigger or not? Hell yeah. Ah, hell no, not this one. Wait. This way? Hold on, where's my fucking not this one. Yarra going to fucking Xpeasy. Bam, 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 bam. Here he is. Yo, and if that's my new avatar, look.
Bro.
Yeah, that's way better, I think.
you need to ask for the washroom? He's already showed you where it was before he got to his room. Accuser, he did. I guess that was my way of telling him I needed to use the washroom. A little further down. So you'll agree with me that according to you, those are the first words spoken by you or him since you had that little exchange about the phone, correct? Accuser, I believe that he did say something when I was putting on my shirt. Remember that. I don't remember what it was, but I remember kind of awkwardly laughing. My lawyer, okay, so now you remember that, right? But you didn't remember it before. Accuser, I don't remember what he said. I remember not responding to him talking though. Lawyer, well, you did. You said you laughed. Accuser, yes. Lawyer, so that was a response, right? Accuser, okay, yes. So aside from the earlier statements about total silence, which we've gone over, the inaccuracy here is in her earlier version of events, she claimed to have stopped oral sex, stood up, and already had put her shirt on. From April 12th, accuser, I'm still sitting down, but when he went to go put his phone down, he had kind of removed or stopped standing directly in front of me with his feet on both my sides. So I kind of had a way to stand up and create distance between us. So I did that. And then I started putting my shirt back on, looking for my purse. My lawyer, did you indeed put your clothes back on? Accuser, I did. But here on April 18th, aside from the different story about the oral continuing, there was also a major discrepancy that actually shows even more credibility towards the oral actually continuing, which is what actually happened. Because after penetrative sex had completed, she claimed, I believe that he did say something when I was putting on my shirt. But why would you put your shirt back on if it's already on? If you got...
Okay, I mean, yeah, like whatever he says, like, yeah, I mean, look, makes sense, right? But we still did not like address the claim where he started filming her without consent. Notice that, like, he did not start this part. He did not start this part for some reason.
up after oral, like you said, in
Like, sure, like there's some consistencies, and she's like tries to outlie the judge, right? Like the whole like system.
original statements on April 12th, then your shirt would
But we still did not like address why he started filming her.
have already been on. Question, did you leave the bedroom? Accuser, no. He came up to me, started kissing me, put his fingers inside of me again, and then kind of quickly pushed me onto the bed, so my stomach was on the bed, and then he lifted my dress up and put his penis in me. In this version, she had already put her shirt and clothes fully back on. There was no shirt removal, but then I came over and forced her on the bed and penetrated her. So on April 12th, the shirt is already on for the penetration. After getting dressed and trying to leave, on April 18th, in addition to the oral...
I like how he's like tries to like censor some words, but like after 2 seconds, he doesn't censor them like the same words. Like, wait,
Continuing.
why do you even censor them? Like,
The shirt was only put on after the penetration.
like your censorship is kind of shit. Like,
while awkwardly laughing about something I said. So if you were telling the truth about getting up and putting your shirt back on after oral, then the shirt would already be on. These are just a few of the inconsistencies between her statement to the police, her testimony, and her cross-examination. There were many, many more. If I included them all in this video, it would be several hours long. These inconsistencies, inaccuracies, whatever you'd like to call
but we still did not address like why he started filming her like while BJ.
them, are not in comparison to my statements.
Listen, I mean, again, like I understand, like, okay, as I said before, I feel kind of sorry for this guy, but we still not address like what I said before.
Testimony. All of these things are her word versus her own word. These are not even taking into consideration my testimony, where I disagree with basically everything she's claiming. Even being as polite as possible, there is a alarming pattern of changing stories, contradicting, and even fabricating physical evidence to depict an aggressive encounter that simply didn't happen. There are dozens of instances from this person that clearly lower their credibility, or to be blunt, outright disqualify their credibility. And to put it simply, that is what reasonable doubt is. What started as a concern about a potential...
Can you define this person as a rat? Yo.
What?
Can you define this person as a rat, like this chick? Like, can you define her as a rat? Like, not even rat, like
snitch?
like a snitch, yeah.
Shiesty?
Yeah, like a snitch. Like, you know, this type of pathological liar who is literally like ready to snitch everybody for his own safety. Because this is, like I said before, like this type of like some evil shit, like even beyond, like when you try to like outlie everybody and everything else, and they like for some reason trust you. Like what kind of social cues you need to have like to able to do this? Like this is insane. Even myself, I cannot do that.
potential video needed.
Like this is like is this person like what type of person is this? Like I'm curious.
A description of a non-consensual aggressive encounter in order to get a warrant to access my phone. And the accuser herself conceded during cross-examination that many points in her initial statement were not true. I stated this earlier, but it needs to be said again. The accuser was encouraged to go forward by her friends, family, and therapist. The issue, though, is that she told her therapist, as well as her friends and family, not what actually happened. Inaccurate information. And that became the narrative, that I was some kind of assailant. And amongst many other inaccurate statements and downright things that just didn't happen that were shared with the therapist is what led to the therapist encouraging her to go forward with charges. And there's a lot more on that I'm not going to get into in this video because I don't want to get myself in trouble, but it's crazy. Bottom line is this encouragement was based on incomplete, inaccurate, and fabricated information. The pressure then accumulated substantially into several other motives from the appeal. In the months following their encounter, the accuser faced extensive pressure from her friends, family, and therapist to press charges against Mr. Densmore. According to her therapist, Mr. Densmore was a predator who was skilled in making small changes to their plans until she was in his apartment and had likely done this before. The accuser received similar feedback from her friends, mother, and stepfather who, despite never meeting Mr. Densmore, their only idea about me, by the way, is my crazy YouTube videos. So you can imagine what that looked like. Despite
Wait, what kind of crazy videos is she referring to? Like nowadays deleted pickup coach pickup videos, or what he refers to? Like what kind of type of videos? Like from his like newer channel where 100K subs, like these type of crazy videos. Crazy videos on his like very, very old channel with 900,000 subs, which nowadays is deleted right now. What crazy videos, dude?
never meeting Mr. Densmore, told her.
Yo, remember this video which we watched, like expose on Jack Denmo, where he literally like shat on himself, explaining like why he stopped like doing his like premier YouTube channel. Yo, remember?
No.
Wait, you don't remember? Like with 20 minutes long. From hold on, let me put you a real quick reminder. You clearly should remember him. Remember, like we watched him like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
By Scott Schaffer. This one. Hold
Yeah.
up. Let me switch. Oh fuck! Not you.
What the fuck?
No, it's mistake. Hold on.
What the
fuck? What the fuck? What the hell? What the hell? This one. Remember? That one. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he makes like on this like which second this on here in this moment he makes like some goofy ass reason why he stopped like producing like his own premiere videos and he switched to like another account. Basically like oh my videos stopped getting like the views which have been making before, therefore I decided to switch my channel to be more productive and posting more interesting content or whatever. I don't know, like Jack, you know, he's worth of it. Like, I mean, this is like I don't want to say like this chick is his match, but they're kind of similar. Yo, we got somebody on panel. We got somebody backstage. Hello? Who's this? Yo, can you put music down, please? Yo, hello? Can you put music down? Okay, this guy don't want to put music down. Okay, let's keep watching.
That she needed to press charges against Jack because otherwise she was letting him do that to other girls. This pressure culminated in the accuser admitting to feeling guilty that if she didn't take any legal type of action, she would be responsible for him doing this to other girls.
Wait, I'm sorry.
Responsible?
This loud was this silence was so loud. I'm just kind of confused what the fuck just happened.
This pressure culminated in the accuser admitting to feeling guilty that if she didn't take any legal type of action, she would be responsible for him doing this to other girls.
What?
Cross-examination of the accuser, trial transcripts, April 2024. Moving on. In addition to these factors, there was another major issue with this person's credibility. In multiple private emails with her therapist, this person admitted to making her entire story up.
Wait, what? Wait, is it you?
Yeah, what up?
Wait, why did you left?
No,
Why did you leave me alone?
They kicked me out.
You? Me?
No. I don't know. I just like glitched out or something.
Ah, the west side? Oh, okay.
Yeah, the streamer.
I legally cannot share the full emails, but it's in her testimony, and she confirmed multiple times that these emails were read correctly, accurately, and that she did say these things. This is all available in cross-examination from April 18th, as well as highlighted in closing arguments on May 31st. This was particularly devastating for me, my friends, and my family to have to sit through. And this is why I'm so shocked that I even had to go to trial in the first place. Because
Right, listen, I understand you're devastating, but we did not address like the part where you basically filmed her. Like, why did you start even filming her?
from day one,
And why you started selling your $1,000 courses?
there was reasonable doubt.
From 500 to 1,000. Like, okay, let's be fair.
And the person to have that reasonable doubt was her. Now, as somebody that has been a victim of assault myself, I know what it's like to feel like you're in denial about what happened to you. And you do have thoughts like, am I making this all up? Right? But this is so much more than that. And remember, credibility is essentially the only available thing for the defense to question in a he said, she said trial with no evidence. So if changing your story numerous times, potential collusion from therapists and others influencing you, admissions of potentially making your story up, concerns of a video, and other multiple motives to fabricate, as well as direct evidence of fabricating physical evidence, and for lack of better words, a continuous inability to recall basic facts and testify credibly isn't reasonable doubt, then what even is reasonable doubt? Seriously, if this isn't reasonable doubt, then what is? What can anybody in this position do if they somehow can choose to ignore all of that? Think about if what was happening to me was happening to you or your partner or your brother, your sister, your dad, your friend, and then go over everything. Is there a lack of credibility? And if so, is this lack of credibility enough for reasonable doubt? As you will read in the transcripts, there were multiple motives to fabricate. We concluded that the main one was she thought I still had a photo or video of her, and for whatever reason, thought that I was actually going to post it online. It goes without saying, I would never post, publish, or share a consent video online. That would not only be a gross violation of personal privacy, but it would literally be a crime and career suicide. And there's absolutely no reason for me to ever do that. With that being said, if I'm being very objective and very polite here, I can maybe kind of understand the potential worry that they had that I would. During the trial, this person acknowledged that she was familiar with my videos, and she even described them on April 17th as the subject matter was about drinking, interviewing girls, hitting on girls, despite most of my videos being pranks that had nothing to do with these things. With that being said, the video she was in before.
Wait, what about the dating coach, fucking pickup channel, like the second one, like where he started making like the cold approach tutorials, videos, or whatever, like you can describe them. Like, what about this channel? Like, was she not like familiar with?
Master Hoko 2019, which is essentially a 45-minute satire documentary about a massive street party where I'm wearing a crown and shotgunning beers with fans. And in that video, it's a bunch of interviews about drinking, partying, sex, day kills, and that kind of thing. So anecdotally, that was the only experience she had of being in a previous video of mine. Upon arriving at my house, she texted her friends saying, "I think it's a joke. I think he's going to prank me." So it seems like even before meeting me, there was an anxiety that there was somehow a possibility of being pranked. And of course, I had no idea of this. Anyways, from 2017 until 2021, I was
Okay, is it relevant? Like, I don't get it.
known for posting wild party content on my social media that some considered very vulgar and controversial. I've even gone to events like Pride and done interviews with like dozens of naked people, and I always made sure to censor every potential inappropriate thing. With that being said, though, I filmed.
Dude, how is this like? I don't understand. Like, can this guy like be legitimate teaching about confidence? Like, okay, like he did like 1,000 interviews, but like you can literally adapt to this one, right?
Yeah.
Like, can you be somebody? Okay, can you be somebody like, let's say, ex-journalist, right? Like, who's basically, questioning people on the streets. Like, can you like, I don't know, like after like your journalistic career, let's say, so opening your own like business and start selling courses on like how to, I don't know, attract people
Be a
with your
millionaire.
charisma. Yeah, how to be no. How to attract people with your charisma. How to attract even girls with your charisma.
How
Like,
to be a
cold
millionaire.
approach, pickup. Like,
How
dude,
to be a
check them is
billionaire.
legit, bro. No, but listen, but we need to address something, right?
Cook my
Jack's like
cock.
most of his videos, like before he got terminated, like his premiere channel, like I've seen his videos, okay? Like this
Yeah.
guy is literally fucking Fousey too.
Yeah.
He's dude is literally like a Fousey too. No, but for real though, like I don't know if like there's like some I don't know, re-uploads of his like old videos. But he's literally like somebody who's making some pranks on the street, right? He's a prankster. Like he's an old school prankster.
Nah, yeah, you got raped. What a prank.
Haha, I filmed you without consent. What a prank. It's just a prank, bro. It's just a prank. I forgot the lyrics. Shout out to PewDiePie. No, but for real, like how it can be qualified. Like, okay, yeah, you literally like spoke with 1,000 people. Okay, fine. You know how to act, how to put in your actor skill, your skills as an actor to masses. Okay, like you know this, but what do you know? Like talking to people. Like like most of his videos, like yo, I don't know if you've seen this. If you've seen this channel, like most of his videos is he's just being like fucking drunk
Fucking cup.
around.
Right?
Yeah, he's like sipping cup a lot one of the videos, and he talks to people most of the time. And he does like the prank videos. Like his most of content is literally interviews, right? Like where he's basically talking with the college kids and in fucking pranks videos. Like I don't know. This guy still thinks that he can like teach some people how to master their cold approach anxiety or whatever. I mean, listen, it maybe partially can help. Like, I don't gonna lie, okay? Like, I don't gonna pretend that it's don't. But this is clearly like I remember like if you guys like not I remember. I remember that I advocate maybe like 2 months or 3 months ago that you need to like push by your own boundaries and push yourself basically, meaning that you need to like improve yourself socially and maybe internally. Not maybe, like it's essential. Like you need to like improve yourself internally, going out, talking to people, slight conversations, and then starting approaching chicks, maybe hitting on them. Like this can be massively improve your social anxiety. Like otherwise it's will not, like you don't gonna be improved. I did it by myself, like by fucking fear. I accomplished this by having a fear. Like I'll be honest, I got some like first time when I started approaching girls, like I had some really big fear, but over the time it just like slightly reduces it. But it could be like negative side effects, like you starting hating it, like when you getting like rejected most of your time, right? But still, I acknowledge like the cold approach improved my social skill. Like it really did, believe me or not. Like even just by pushing my boundaries. Like RPG, I swear, I pushed my boundaries until that point. Like I can literally like having conversation with people who I would like feel that he's really interesting to me. Like swear to God, like with some random dude. Like I did not know how to make this. Now, like after like pushing my boundaries, like I know how to do this. So yeah.
Hundreds of these videos where I would go and I would do pranks, interviews, especially interviews at nightclubs, and many people faced severe repercussions just from appearing in my videos. Multiple videos, guys and girls, were exposed for cheating on their partners. And this is why I started filming these consent videos when I would do pranks, because essentially, if you film a video like a prank, you would go up to the person afterwards, be like, hey, my friend's over there, he's filming, this was all a prank. Is it okay if we use this clip for YouTube? And you ask them this because if they say yes, then you're allowed to post it online, right? And if you don't, they could potentially decide later, oh, I don't want that clip online. And then they can report the video and get it taken down. And this can...
But he, for some reason, did not decide like do the same move like on the chick when he had a blowjob. Any thoughts?
Yeah, that's true.
No, like... In this case, he asked people, "Yo, can we post this on YouTube?" Like, so he would not have like any repercussions afterwards. But he decided not to do this. Meanwhile, he had a blowjob. Like, bruh,
result in you losing
you
your
cannot make this shit up.
YouTube channel. If you have a brand deal with the video, you can lose thousands of dollars. And also, you're not trying to like humiliate this person online and ruin their lives. So that's why, as pranksters, we go up and we get consent videos. Interview videos are a little different because when you speak into a microphone, it's implied consent, so you don't need to get consent.
Like, okay, I'll be honest. Going back to the being a pickup artist, like how qualified you can be like as a Jack Denmo. Like he's like, I guess like some people would find him charismatic, okay? Like I'm not gonna lie, like some people would find him charismatic, okay? But some charismatic people, like I'm not qualified to teach people how to be charismatic because like unfortunately they cannot explain how to be charismatic. And the Jack is that type of guy who cannot really explain what charismatic really means. Like, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna be honest. Like,
this is why I would have...
You cannot like sell charisma on the internet and teach to dudes how to do it. Like, you need to discover by yourself. And then discovering your own charisma is literally pushing your own boundaries. In my example, what I did, and having like multiple conversation with people. And maybe after like 1,000 conversation, you would start seeing some patterns, which I, for example, started seeing by myself. Okay, and you're starting understanding like how the conversation like overall works. Like regarding, is it like a dude or a female? Like I swear to God, like I'm being serious right now.
So many videos of people saying ridiculous things. Then they would end up getting in a lot of trouble and they'd try to get the videos removed. But it's like, dude, you shouldn't have spoken into a microphone in a video at a nightclub, right? So this happened for years. And this is actually what gave me so much anxiety. And as my channel got bigger and bigger, I started butting heads with the city, with the universities, with the newspapers. And when I would do my Hoko videos, multiple students were suspended from sports teams and even fined thousands of dollars by the government just for appearing in my videos. Literally. I know that this is not what this video is about.
Wait, this is crazy. Is it real?
But I really want to hammer this point home, guys. On one occasion in particular, I filmed...
Yo, being suspended and being fined for appearing somebody else's videos, like this is crazy. Like what Jack even did to like receive that sort of reaction from city. I guess it's city council fined them, right? Like
interviews and it went viral and then it circulated around that town and 3 people ended up getting fired from their jobs. 3 people. Because they said vulgar things into the microphone, which I thought were just harmless, funny things to say. This was in 2019. So as much as I'm just like a young guy having fun, doing funny shit, making videos that were meant to be entertaining and fun, On occasion, there were real consequences for people, and I never wanted that. This is why.
Is Jack Daniel like really funny? Yo. Hello?
Yeah.
Is Jack Daniel like really funny?
No.
Why he's qualifying him being funny? Why he thinks that he's funny?
Guy's a jackass, man.
No, why he thinks that he's funny? Like I've seen his content, like bro, like his pickup lines are lame. Like he's trying to like be that type of like cold approach guy who's Alex aware to stay away from. Like like he's literally using what Alex's preaches against it. Like
Wow.
yeah.
I would make sure.
Yeah, in like like hey you, madam in blue, lady in blue, you got a nice dress. Let me talk for you a little quick. What's your name? Like this. And so like it was only would be in few moments, but Alex like was. I'm sorry, I just misinformed you. Alex was like vouching for him, like very harsh, very hard. There was like only few moments where I just spotted Jack being, like what Alex preached against of. Like not all the time, again, because like Alex vouched for him. So yeah.
To get consent, because not only do I not want to get things taken down or potentially sued, but also I don't want to ruin people's lives for the sake of content. And at a certain point, I started to feel this every time I was filming prank videos, and I moved away from pranks and interviews entirely. And I started making self-development content on a completely new channel. I wanted to.
Oh, here he is. We reached this chapter. Any thoughts? We finally reached this chapter after 41 minutes 30 seconds. Incredible.
Focus on self-improvement and actually helping people and writing before I moved off of YouTube and into making movies, because that's my long-term goal, acting and making movies.
Why he's silencing the moment? Why he switched to this sort of content, bro? Like, why you being like, why? Yo, RPG, why is he want to be like that? Why is he tries to be like nonchalant, like, I just decided to self-impress helping people to self-improve them. Like, bruh, shut the fuck up. Like, what is this Giga with a fucking mustache talking about?
With all that being said, being featured in a prank or a Hoko video or an interview is still a totally.
By the way, fun fact: did you know that like in Tekken 7 there's like character named Gigas? Any thoughts?
Different thing than having an intimate consent video published online.
Gigas.
It's never happened before, and it never will. On May 28th, we tried to introduce these as evidence at trial to show clear examples to the judge of what a consent video is, because that's what we were concerned, that this judge would have no idea what we were talking about. My lawyer even showed one of these videos to the prosecutor, the Crown. After seeing it, he fought even harder to make sure that it was not allowed to be introduced as evidence. The judge then decided not to allow us to use any consent videos as evidence at trial. But then, at the same time, in closing arguments and the eventual judgment, both the Crown and the judge dismissed the legitimacy of consent videos being a real thing. The judge even said, "I reject the evidence of the accused that he was making a consent video, whatever that really is." And I'm going to be really, really careful with my words here, because I want to say this in the most respectful way possible, okay? It's very important to consider if the person making these literally life-altering decisions should be someone who understands these type of things, and in particular, this extremely recent cultural moment that we are all currently going through, especially back in 2020 in a post-Me Too era. I'm not saying this to discredit judges, okay? Most judges are legitimate, brilliant, like super geniuses. That's why there's so few judges, because it's incredibly hard to do. So while being as respectful as possible, what I'm saying.
Well, look, if they were brilliant, like they would not make the decision which would lead you to, according to you, right? Leading to you like being in jail, right? But unfortunately, like you're in jail. So the question is, who's that's fault?
Thing is that my generation, it's different now. We live in an era of mass surveillance, media.
Like again, I'm not claiming like this guy like is like guilty, okay? Maybe he's not, maybe he is, but the fact is this guy filmed again for the 100th time. He filmed. She said no multiple times. He denied it. For some reason, he does not mention this part in the video, saying like, "Oh, it's been like fine." Which I mean, yeah, it's like very questionable why she, like asked him for hiking after like a sexual encounter. But yo,
Yeah.
dude, I heard how you snored, bruh.
Nah, man.
Yes, I do. Yes, you do.
Nah, man.
You okay?
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie though, this guy has been talking about his case for like fucking 6 hours.
Well, he did. Like it's like 10 minutes. I can speed up if you want.
No, it's okay, bro. Play it.
Police body cams, consent videos, social media fame, cancel culture, in addition to hookup culture. There's a lot going on, and it is incredibly confusing to navigate this world as a young person, especially as a public figure, which is under increased scrutiny with your reputation.
Yo, my bad. Can I apologize right now, real quick, for basically like asking you like speeding up, bro? This like time zone last time for me specifically like it's like it's literally like it's not the part of the video like my statement like I don't know, the last time the time zone fucking shits are confusing the shit out of me. Like I just sometimes think like it's like meanwhile it's like 3 a.m. my time. I sometimes think it's 9 a.m. yours, like
Yeah, that's
or
crazy.
it's back and forth. Yeah, not gonna lie. And now like there was like time zone shift like for 1 hour like between my our time zones.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just like texted you 1 hour earlier today, and yeah, I just thought like it's at 7, and then like I
Oh
looked it
yeah,
up.
no,
like,
I saw
yeah.
it was 6.
Yeah. My bad. No, because like I'm just apologizing because hey, I can really disturb you. Okay,
Yeah.
just in case.
And protecting that reputation. Because we all know what happens if somebody gets any kind of accusation made about them. Your career in life is basically over. And even if this disconnect is very minor, it's still a strong enough disconnect to potentially influence situations like this, where an innocent person can get wrongfully convicted. This is even more important if the person making those decisions is not actually required to explain in detail how they even came to these decisions, and whose decision and judgment is then expected to be deferred to with absolute authority. So for me, despite having evidence of these consent videos, they were considered inadmissible at trial, and then at the same time used as an argument to lower my credibility. This was incredibly frustrating. And again, I'm getting a little emotional here. Let me try and dial it back. Filming a consent video is not a crime and is not what I was charged with. However, this person...
It's not, but still, she said no multiple times, and you still filmed her. What the What the hell? What the hell?
Bruh.
What the hell?
person was concerned about a video of them potentially being put online, and then...
Dude, this nigga... Bro, why he tried to push this narrative, bro? Like, does he really think that we are so dumb? Like, seriously, come on, man.
in the evidence,
Come on, man.
there's a strong motive. They fabricated an assault in order to prevent a video of them potentially, in their mind, being put online, despite the fact that I never have done that.
Again, afterwards, what happened after sexual encounter, like, this is weird, okay? Like, oh, let's go hiking stuff. Like, this was weird, okay?
And I never would do that.
No,
Did
imagine, like, somebody, like, you filmed her, right? Like, she said multiple times no. She just decided to suck you off. Then you guys, like, got laid. After the got laid, seems to be all right, right? And then, at one moment, you guys just deciding to go for a fucking hike. What? Is it like the Canadian thing or what? I'm just not informed, very well. So just asking.
User also
Oh.
texted her friends saying, "I just
Yeah, it's like, remember like fucking sexting in Australia? Hold on, let me find this meme. Fuck, sexting in Australia, dude. This is like, sexting in Australia meme. Fuck.
But
Wait, Canadian. Wait, it's Canadian sexting. I found it. Look. Wait, can you see it?
yeah.
Wait, huh? What the fuck?
Bro.
I found it. Eddie Floats.
Have you ever, no, you've never been to Canada, huh?
No. Yeah, what do you think about this picture?
Hey.
Yeah, it's. I just found it.
Nice.
Nice,
Baby.
ice, baby.
just realized my biggest dream in life is to intern at Saturday Night Live, even though that will never happen because I don't have the skills or connections." She said that right before coming to my house. That's from the April 16th document. But I'll let you read the transcripts and come to your own conclusions.
Wait, I was about to say about this picture, but I forgot because it's fucking 4 a.m. So basically, like, it's really similar. Like, there was a tension, right? Like, which would be basically like, so for some reason, like, de-escalated. Like, it's literally like offering somebody a dick pic, like, but then like saying no, thank you, don't do it. And he's like, yeah, no problem, like, fuck, like, the fuck.
To put it simply, in a case that basically only comes down to credibility,
Hello, would you like a dick pics? No, thank you.
there were multiple statements, changes in details, contradictions, proven fabrications of evidence that should have absolutely been taken into account in terms of credibility. And again, I'm talking about her testimony versus her statement to police, versus messages to her friends, versus emails to her therapist and all the things she admitted in them.
Bro, you know what I'm thinking right now? We need to send this to Alex and asking him for like his professional opinion.
Yeah.
This entire time is
What do you
her.
think? Would he approve this or no?
Well, he put a poll out on his community post asking if people want him to go over the case.
By the way, do you want to watch the videos afterwards? Because like it lasts like only 5 minutes. Because I put it like of this video after this video of him.
Sure. Wait, how long have we been on for?
The stream lasting 2 hours right now.
Holy shit! Yeah, go ahead.
Holy.
Her word versus her own word. And within her own word, there are major issues. This case is very unique in a sense because there is more evidence that this person is not a credible witness, made a false accusation, fabricated evidence with motive and admission of some of these things, than there is evidence that I even assaulted this person. And there is no evidence because I didn't. There was no assault. It was a consensual encounter.
Bro, like, holy shit, you can describe this however you want. Like, again, any references to, like, filming? Number one. Number two. Bro, I forgot what was the number two part, but yeah.
Testifying is terrifying. You're being accused of such a heinous thing and then having to explain intimate details in front of your girlfriend, friends, your family, and reporters who are taking your words out of context and putting you in the front page of the newspaper, making claims about you in front of literally your
I
entire...
guess this is the crucial part why he's now getting basically jailed right now. Like, this is crucial, right? Like, him filming. Like, if he would not film, I guess he would get rid of it. Like seriously, if he would like probably like scenario where he would be sued would happen like in any case scenario, right? But it would not be happen if he would not put his phone out, right? Like I think this is what I think.
City, in my case, in Hamilton.
And this guy pretending to be a dating coach, he did opposite, unfortunately.
And 500,000 people, plus Toronto newspapers. So we're talking like millions of people. So despite all of this pressure, you also have to try and remain calm and not emotional. But at the same time, you literally feel like you're having a heart attack and you have just immense anger about even being in this whole situation. So the whole thing was frustrating, gaslighting, anxiety inducing. It was just fucking terrible. And
by the way, I just only noticed that. Look at these flakes under the eyes. Look at these flakes. Look. Any thoughts?
Wait, I don't.
The flakes under his eyes, look, they're actually big.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure it was terrible for the accuser.
This my guy literally has some like sleep issues
as well. Okay, but with that being said,
yes, sir, Ski.
That does not make it even remotely okay. What she did was wrong and has had massive consequences for my life that I'm still dealing with years later. I literally felt like my life was taken from me. And even on that day, seeing my girlfriend, my friends, my family collapse to the floor, bawling their eyes out. This pain was and still is truly indescribable. So in the appeal, you can read my appeal lawyer's technical assessment, why the judge was incorrect. As a layman, he basically allegedly took the date and then he divided it into several different boxes. Okay, so he took the date and he's like, here's the whole thing. Box, 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 box. And then he said, well, she's not credible in this box or this box or this box, but I believe her in this box. Again, they're kind of allowed to just use their own discretion and decide whatever they want. But the reason that there was...
Wait, like, okay. Remember like when he sucked off saying, oh, the old judges in Canada are incredible, like they're smart and they're beautiful. But he just like the saying, well, like this judge, believe me, like in certain boxes, but not in this boxes. Okay, are they great or are they hypocrites in Canada? Like, I'm confused in this part. Like, can you like we need some more clarification here because, like, I feel there is, as we call it, inconsistencies. Like basically. But I guess, look, like, listen, he's serving time in prison. I guess, like, he does not want to, like, insult the judges, and he tries to, kind of suck out, but at the same time give them criticism. I guess, I mean, look, it's, I guess it makes sense,
A technical...
Listen, if you were, like, in this type of situation, I guess you would be acting the same way, right?
Error in this that allowed us to even appeal in the first place is that if somebody while
because insulting judges, as far as I know, this is an article, right? Like, you can literally be sued for this one, even if you got some case. If you got a case in the court.
Testifying makes major inaccuracies, major contradictions, fabrications, discrepancies in several areas. This should significantly affect their credibility overall. And this was not done. Any lack of credibility, especially a substantial, overwhelming lack of credibility in the majority of areas, is reasonable doubt. And if that isn't considered reasonable doubt, then what is reasonable doubt? It basically makes it impossible for you or your loved ones to defend yourself as an accused person. This is how the law works. This is just how it is. This is why people film consent videos in the first place. The only hope I have at getting my life back is that we can get a retrial to address these inconsistencies. But first, it needs to be approved by the appellate court. They don't give me notice, really, when they've decided, and I actually have to turn myself into custody. And then once I'm already in custody, they email my lawyer and tell them the decision they've made. So I have no idea what's going to happen, when it's going to happen. I'm just in this really f***ed up place right now, and it's terrifying. With that being said, an appeal is a lot different than a normal trial. I thought it was like, hey, like, look at all this evidence. What happened here? but it's not. An appeal is not to retry the case or review the evidence. The appeal process is for an appeal lawyer to find technical errors in the judge's decision. With that being said, the way that the laws work in Canada, in these types of trials anyways, trial judges essentially have complete power to make convictions like this. Therefore, overturning a wrongful conviction is a nearly impossible thing to do. I'm just going to be honest. Whether the appeal is good or not, the default position of the appellate court is to just defer to the original trial judge's decision, regardless of the evidence. Because again, they're not supposed to retry the evidence. That's what the trial's for. This is what scares me the most. But as unlikely as it is, the possibility of having my life back has been the shred of hope I've been holding on to for years. If I had to go to prison for something I didn't do, it would literally ruin my life. And I think that's all that needs to be said.
How would it ruin your life, dude? Like, you're already sitting on life. Hello? Dude, why is snoring? Hello? Yo?
Ed, put yourself in my shoes. Think about what is happening to me as if it was happening to you or a loved one. Really think about that. I love my country. I respect the legal system. I think it's right more often than not, but false convictions happen. And when they do, it's absolutely devastating. Since the false accusation and wrongful conviction, my life has changed completely. My mental health was destroyed. My relationships destroyed. My finances destroyed. This cost an ungodly amount of money. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars. And that's not even talking about lost revenue from my channels being terminated. They literally cut off my income. That is so fucked up. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if they try to take down my Instagram, which is another reason I avoided posting about this. Because if I talk about this, they're going to try and silence me again. I don't want to make this about me, but like, guys, this has been so fucked. Seriously. Like, aside from everything else, in my own city, people hung up photos of me. I've been banned from gyms, co-working spaces, establishments, apps, buildings, restaurants. I've received thousands of death threats, hate comments. People have made multiple-hour documentaries.
Holy shit.
Defaming me, and I guarantee they don't have the actual transcripts. They never even considered the actual evidence. They're just running with what was posted in newspapers. And this entire time, I've had to remain silent about it. Just trust the system. The system continuously lets me down. I've tried to remain patient, calm, stoic. I work out every day. I read books. I have an amazing girlfriend, family, and support network, which I'm very grateful for. But aside from that, I have...
Yo. RPG. Yo.
I've essentially become a recluse. And at times, it's felt like I've been hanging on by a thread. And this is totally different than who I actually am. I used to be confident, happy, optimistic, and I was proud of working my ass off for years in construction to become an entrepreneur and have the opportunity to create content online. I was able to entertain millions of people with my comedy videos, and I helped millions of people with my self-improvement content as well. And I had dreams of becoming an actor and filmmaker. And all of that was taken away from me for something that I didn't do. And that's not fair. That's not right. I want to create, I want to provide value to the world, and I don't want sympathy. I don't want to be a victim. And that's the toughest part on my ego. I should be working right now. I should be creating. I should be chasing my dreams and pursuing my goals, my purpose. I should be posting things that provide you value, not talking about this absolute fucking tragedy that I'm barely surviving right now. I should not be stuck on the sidelines waiting around. I want to live. And the only remote chance I have of ever having a normal life back again is if my appeal is successful. Whether you liked my content or not, whether you like me or not, whether you know anything about me, what was done to me was wrong. It was unjust, and this process has been incredibly painful for me and my family. I imagine it has also been painful at times for the accuser as well. And I'm not trying to minimize her feelings here, but what was a consensual date turned into being concerned about a video being circulated online, and then that became something completely different. And at the end of that, I was wrongfully convicted. And I'm not asking you to take what I've said at face value. I'm asking that you review the evidence and transcripts in their entirety and make your own judgment. No one is perfect, and I don't claim to be, but I'm an innocent person, and I deserve to have my life back. I want to end by saying thank you to those that do share your stories, whether you're a victim of assault or a victim of a false accusation. I understand it's a lot to go through, okay? And nothing in this video was meant to offend you or minimize what you've gone through. I also want to say thank you to those who still continue to support me, because you're basically the only reason I'm even here right now. And I'm sorry to all my fans and everybody that it took me so long to make a statement. I hope I can share more with you soon. Thank you, guys.
Yo, RPG. RPG. RPG, my guy, wake up. Yo, RPG. RPG, dude. RPG, my guy. Bruh. I just gonna put you like backstage. Just not hearing how you like snoring. I'm sorry. Okay, let me switch to the second video. Hello.
Right now.
Okay, let me keep him here. I mean, I'm not a ticket.
Right now, a former YouTuber who built his brand on pig.
Okay, this video lasting for 4 minutes, and it's like 4 a.m. 19. I propose you guys like we could like after this like watching short video about Jack Demo, we could like finish it our stream.
Right now, a former YouTuber who built his brand on picking up chicks and pranks is sitting in jail for 3 years because of what happened during a relatively normal hookup. The scary part? Most guys are making the same exact mistakes without realizing how easily it can backfire. Today I'm breaking down the Jack Demo case and the 4 mistakes that he made so that this never happens to you. Here's a quick recap of what actually matters. Jack had a girl over his place who was a fan of his channel, and of course they started hooking up. Now during the BJ, Jack had the brilliant idea of taking his phone out and trying to record, and this made the girl a little freaked out. But they wound up having sex anyway. Afterwards, she got worried about the video, went to the police, and ultimately Jack was arrested for sexual assault. She claimed that basically...
Oh, that's unexpected.
She withdrew her consent during the camera incident, and Jack claimed that the consent was still there all throughout. At that point, it largely came down to a he said versus she said. Unfortunately for Jack, the judge wound up siding with her, and now he's serving 3 years in jail. Personally, I think the sentence is way too harsh, but that's not the main point here. The issue is Jack made a series of bad decisions that put him in a position where things could go very...
Well, it's not too harsh, the punishment. Like, we watched the video right now. Like, the girl's literally tries to be like 180 complete opposite. Like, she literally tries to like describe some moments, like some moments where she describes like Demo as like type kind of rapist. Like, oh, he literally put my clothes off. Like, I'm sorry, he literally like started like pulling my clothes out of me forcefully. Like, what? So it's not too harsh. Like, he would probably like, yeah, administrative fine would be fine, but not like serving a time sentence. Like, it's too much.
Easily wrong. And those are exactly the kind of mistakes you need to avoid. Here are the exact mistakes that Jack made during this encounter. Had he not done these, there's a very high likelihood that none of this would have happened. The first and biggest mistake was taking his phone out, trying to record the blowjob. Now, some girls are going to be into recording, but surprising her with it during the moment is risky as hell. Even Jack himself pointed.
That's crazy. I'm actually here supporting Alex's advice.
To her fear of the potential video as the main reason why she went to the police. Now, if you do want to record, my advice is you don't do it the very first time you guys are hooking up. After you finish and you're laying in bed, you can casually bring up the idea and gauge her interest. That's a lot more ethical and also effective than just randomly busting out your phone mid-hookup. The second mistake was a lot smaller. According to court transcripts, Jack lasted about 3 minutes. Now, this alone would not have mattered. But here's something guys often forget. The better the experience that she has, the less likely you are to have issues afterwards. If she walks away satisfied, she's a lot more likely to want to see you again. She's also more likely to send you a positive text when she gets home, and a lot less likely to regret the experience or create drama afterwards. And these positive texts offer you massive protection. So what should you do instead? It's simple. Positive texts are likely to regret the experience.
Send you positive text when she gets
experience or create drama afterwards. And these positive texts offer you massive protection. So what should you do instead? It's simple. Just make sure she has a good time. And look, if you can't help it and you finish really fast, it's not a big deal. You can just recover in 10, 15 minutes and go again. She will respect the effort. The third mistake was a lot more significant. Jack admits himself that after effort, the third mistake was a lot more significant.
Kicking her out shortly after sex. Yeah, that's crazy. That part is crazy. Hold on. We need to basically to point this out. Like the guy literally like kicked her out like immediately after sex.
Significant. Jack admits himself that after sex, he politely kicked her out almost immediately. And this is where things can turn south fast. Because when you do that, she feels awkward, she feels used, and the whole experience ends on a negative note. And that negative feeling can fuel paranoia, regret, and potential drama later. Here's what you should do instead.
That's crazy.
Spend at least 20, 30 minutes with her afterwards. Cuddle, talk, chill, make her feel good about what just happened. You want her walking out of your place thinking, that was a great experience, not, I was just used for sex. The last mistake, and this was a big one that most guys ignore, was not sending her a post-sex text. I always send something simple 20, 30 minutes after she leaves, like that was fire emoji. If the experience was good, she's gonna probably respond with something positive. And now you have clear evidence that she enjoyed her time with you, which is good for both seeing her again and protecting yourself.
Yo, actually good advice. Like I've seen the text before, but I just like, remembered this like after a while. Like it's actually good advice, like leaving this type of message.
I know some guys learn.
I think this is like, good evidence. Like you guys spend like great time.
About this case and start freaking out. Oh my God, this can randomly happen to me. But this wasn't random. In large part, this was the result of a few avoidable mistakes that left the door wide open for things to go wrong. I've slept with hundreds of girls without any drama because I generally make sure that she leaves my place satisfied and respected. Do the same. Communicate clearly. Don't surprise her with any random recordings. Make sure you give her good aftercare, and don't forget that post-sex text. You'll have better sexual experiences, have higher retention, better connections, and way more peace of mind. But I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think about this case and what was the biggest mistake Jack made.
Bruh. Point number 3 is the biggest reason this happened. She wanted to get back at him, period. It's insane that they had the power to do this, absent any evidence. Always text them afterwards so that at least there is a positive paper trail. Yeah, that's I actually agree with this one. Well, point has good info. Bruh. Hi, boys.
Right now,
Ladies and gents. It's the time. We reached to our 30 minutes mark. To our 27 mark. My co-host is already sleepy. Yeah, about to like falling asleep too, to be honest. Like it's was very exhausting day. Like how exhausting. I was like basically sitting cooking for the whole day for myself and for my family. It's 4:27 my time. It's late now, Rambo Boys, and my co-host RPG. Thank you for joining us today. It's very pleasant to see you. Would be very grateful if you guys would like visit us the next time and see what are we here discussing about. So yeah, the next stream will be I'm not sure when, but I hope like at least like next weekends, or at least maybe a little earlier. Like depends how we gonna how we gonna arrange our second stream. So yeah, thank you for joining the stream. RPG, any last words you wanna tell them? Yeah, that's right. Tell them, boy. Anyway, have a great night, boys. Until the next time. Peace.